Oh, yeah, motherfuckers. What is up? How are we all doing today? It is a fabulous, I believe. What day is it today? It is Thursday. Yeah, yesterday was Wednesday. There we go. Fantabulous Thursday. Oh, man. I've been sleeping like garbage lately. Not garbage, but like I've had some weird trends going on with my sleep lately where like I'm in bed around like 11:30. That's usually my like bedtime. Meditate. Fall asleep after that, obviously. And then I'm waking up every day at fucking 5. It's like, what the fuck is going on? I'm like, well, I got to get up and I got to take a fucking tremendous piss. That's mainly what's going on. And then I'm like, fuck, dude, why am I like, I want to be up 7:30, 8 o'clock. I want my 8 hours, 7.5 hours, 8 hours of sleep. And then I fall back asleep and I don't get up until fucking 9 is essentially what's been going on. It's like, man, that fucking drives me crazy. But oh man, I've been feeling pretty good. Regardless of that shit happening, I've been kind of having to play with my schedule due to that. And then obviously get up and get shit done. Got to get to fucking work. Got to get up, go about my routine, make my food, go work out, hit the fucking gym hard. What did I hit today, boys? I hit fucking buys and tries. Arms were looking good. Arms were feeling good. Good little split. Last week, my arms felt a little bit more pumped up, but today was still a good lift. Very happy about that. So that's kind of what's going on. Been noticing the bunnies at the gym checking me out a little bit more. Not going to lie. But of course, they still got that snooty ass attitude going on. So it's like, whatever. That gym girl, just to give you guys an update on Gym Girl, the one that I talked to that was super hot. And I was like, damn, I want to get at that. I have not seen her since. I must have scared her away. She probably got all worried. She's like, ooh, that guy's super hot. And he's going to try to infiltrate my vagina. I got some sugar daddy vibes off of her. She's probably owned by a sugar daddy or something like that. Like, how could he be 22 years old, working out at 11 o'clock in the afternoon with those gigantic ass fake boobies? You got to be getting paid. You got to be getting paid by a sugar daddy. Oh, man. Had to hit that ashwagandha and that lipolyze. Drinking a little bit of Diet Coke today. Gross. I was running around. I went and took care of some stuff. So I was like, fuck it. I'll hit that up. I want to get a little caffeine in. I inaugurated the MCT oil yesterday with a new plate. She was loving it. Women absolutely 100% love it. They love it. It's one of their favorites. One of the best moves ever. I don't know why they like it so much, but I'm not mad about it. How are the likes looking right now? I got to pull up the old YouTube channel real quick to see what's going on there. Give myself the old big thumbs up. 13 likes at this point in time with 16 people watching live. Good job. Good ratio today. Corey, smash the like button. I'm on it. Are you on it? I'm sure you are. Let's see who's in the chat today. We got Khalid. We got I'm the 9. We got Thor. Daniel. Gregory. Max. Michael Ellis. Matt W. Damien. Timius. And J-Man. Do you want to borrow my hammer? Helps me work things out. As long as I hold the lightning back, putting out the fires suck. Yeah, sometimes you just got to let it burn though, huh? Why not? And I believe that was for I'm the 9. It wasn't for me. What? Oh, goodness. That was for you, my man. Oh, yeah, Philip Franklin. How about that stock market? I'm not laughing. What is up, my Nijros? How are we doing? choke slam that button, that like button. Get on it. Pretend as though it is a zombie trying to take your brains during this upcoming zombie apocalypse. So I got a pretty cool little, this is an old story. I should probably tell it on my Patreon. That's what I'm going to have to do, seeing as I haven't gotten any new. I've gotten new girls. I've gotten new plates as of late, but I haven't put forth the idea of coming on the podcast. Actually, as a matter of fact, or not on the podcast, but on my Patreon. And it's just because it wasn't really, I mean, they weren't very like personable people. It's like, I don't want to listen to a girl drone on and not even drone on, but like just sit there all fucking meek, like sitting there like, man, I don't know. Fuck that shit. So I'm going to tell some stories, but I'm going to give you guys a story today, seeing as I was talking about sugar daddies. My first sugar daddy experience was back in 2010, 2011 timeframe, beginning of 2011. It had to have been. I was just fresh back from Afghanistan, and I got into fighting. I was fighting MMA. I was training hard too. I was training about 2 to 3 times a day for about 8 months straight. I was really trying to get into the cage at that point in time. And actually, no kidding, get a fight. And then I quickly learned about the fucking slimy promoters and all this other shit. But anyway, during that time frame, this is back when MMA was still fucking gigantic, like more so, where like there's all sorts of gyms popping up. Like, and this girl, actually, there was 2 girls. There were 2 girls there that were pretty young, particular. Her name was Monica. And she was this young little ditty. I believe she's like 20, 21 years old. She had a fat booty with small titties. Dumb as all get out. Just like, you're like, you guys remember the old like trope of like the Valley girl? This was her, except brunette. And she didn't have a lot going on for her other than having a big old fat booty. And it wasn't even that fat in comparison to like how fat booties have gotten over the last decade. So, but it was thick. It was good. Tiny waist. And at that point in time, my mind was like, because I go into these modes. As you guys know, the gym is kind of a sacred spot for me. I try not to, I try not to shit where I eat when it comes to the gym. So that is my training ground, right? That was my training ground at that point in time. I don't want to bring any, into it. I don't want to bring any drama. But soon enough, I think it was about, once I hit about the 8-month mark of being there or whatever, she hits me up and she's like, we should hang out. And I was like, okay. And I think before that, or during that time frame, I was actually banging an older chick, which was killer. Fucking, believe it or not, she was actually wild. Absolutely loved it. Like straight from Mexico. And then I kind of like leapfrogged onto this girl. She's like, hey, let's hang out. So we started hanging out. I go over to this girl's pad and she's living all by herself in Carlsbad, like on the fucking lagoon in these apartments. And she's got a brand new fucking, not Mercedes. She got a brand new Mini Cooper at this point in time. And she's like, you can only stay for so long because my daddy doesn't really want people over here and all this other stuff. And it was crazy. This dude was like multi-millionaire. He has a fucking pretty nice 9-bedroom mansion in like southern Carlsbad. She showed me all this stuff. She was like showing me pictures of her taking photos in his car and all this other stuff. The dude wasn't anything to look at, mind you, but he was happy as hell to be banging this like 19, 20-year-old girl with this big old booty, paying all her rent, paying her tuition to school. She was going to start going to school for God, I don't know what. And fucking, she was dumb as a box of rocks. Paying for her brand new Mini Cooper. And then she's having Chad come over at night, AKA me, right? The creme de la creme of this situation was this. I forgot where I was, what was going on. I was still in the Marine Corps at the time. I think I had to travel out to 29 Palms for work or something like that. And I was heading back and I texted her and she's like, oh my God, I'm feeling so groggy right now. And I'm like, why, what's up? She's like, oh, I just got out of surgery. was like, what the fuck did you get surgery for? She's like, oh, I got my tits done. I was like, get the fuck out of here. Me at this point in time too, like I'm still to this day, I love fucking big old fake titties. And I was like, yo, you gotta let me see. She's like, no, I got them all bandaged up. And I was like, so then you gotta let me see them in real life, IRL. And she's like, no, I shouldn't do that. I shouldn't do that was the key word. I was like, come on, let's just fuck a little bit. And she's like, okay. So I head over there like 8 or 9 o'clock after coming back from 29 Palms. And she pulls off the bandages and all this other stuff. And I get to see them like right after they're done pretty much. And I wreck it. And then something happened. I don't know if he installed cameras after that or whatever into her apartment. But after that, I could not come over there. She like cut ties completely. But good on that dude. I mean, if you're investing that much money into one chick and she still got Chad coming over, bro, that's some horrible stuff. Like I got first access. I got first access to the titties that this dude paid for. Like how sad is that shit? Oh, man, these girls are ruthless. Fuck. That girl getting paid everything. I think she even went on this was maybe like 2012. She went on the news with this guy. Let me adjust this fucking crown, bro. What am I doing? I'm a hot mess today. She went on the news with this guy. And of course, she covered up her real name. She changed her name to Monty or something like that on the whatever. Anyway, I think a little bit after that, I went out to eat in Carlsbad. Went to Vigalucci's. I was running my gym at this time. So yeah, it had to have been, it was 2013. We were having a big party. I forgot what was going on. Maybe it was my birthday. I don't fucking remember. And I'm sitting there all fucking ripped and yoked and all that good shit. And she's sitting behind me with this old dude still. And I'm like, damn, fucking smiling at them. He could tell what was up. Just the look she gave me. He could tell I slid up in them cheeks. It was fucking hilarious. Anyway. And 29 Palms. Yeah, exactly. Major simping for sure. Absolutely. I did not have any amateur MMA fights. What they kept trying to do is they're like, oh, we got to hype you up. We got to hype you up. We can't put you in the cage right now. My whole thing was I wanted to get in the cage in order to find out what my deficiencies were so I could work on them, right? That's kind of what was going on. At the time, I was training with Joey Beltran, too, who was actually in the UFC during that time frame as a heavyweight fighter. Dude, that guy could fucking throw some hams. Just that's what his hands are like, is just big old fucking hams, dude. Crazy. He's doing bare knuckle boxing right now too, which is actually pretty fucking cool. But yeah, anyway. So I get rocked by that dude all the time. It was pretty awesome. I was a little bit lighter back then too. I was about 215 to 220. I could probably cut down to that right now, but I wouldn't want to. I'd want to stay my weight and fight. But I'd get in the cage with those guys all the time and we go full rounds. So still to this day, I trained with, fuck it. We'll leave that there. We might be Eskimo brothers. You're disgusting. Oh man. Yeah. He paid for her fuck pad until I think he started to realize he probably got something from her. That girl had no chill. Oh, all right. So today. Let's point out some things. I know this is a taboo subject for most people out there, but the whole coronavirus thing is starting to fucking pick up wind again, I believe. I think there's a little bit of a dip because everyone's like, oh yay, the stock market went back up. Yippee skippy, everything's fucking good. But god damn, they're starting to quarantine motherfucking places. Like not just China. They canceled the fucking Geneva car convention. By the way, holy fuck, there's some fucking awesome cars out there. I just added a new car to my fucking wish list. The Koenigsegg Gamera. Have you guys seen this fucking thing? Oh my god. I still don't know what the fuck it's fueled on, but holy shit, I'm going to pull this thing up. Koenigsegg Gamera. Oh. 17 fucking 104 horsepower. I'll pull up the picture of this pee-pee. This pee-pee. It's a fucking mega car. That's what this dude named it. Oh my God. I don't know if you guys can see this. Let's see if it pulls up. Oh yeah. Look at this bish. Oh, this thing is sex. 1700 fucking horsepower, guys. Look at that shit. There's a better photo, I think. 1700 horsepower. It's a 4-seater. Does 0 to 60 in 1.9 seconds. It's called they're calling it a mega car or a mega fucking supercar or something like that. Oops. What am I doing? I'm retarded right now. Fucking retarded. First mega GT is what they're calling it. Mega GT. Oh, I'll take it in that color too. I don't care. Give it to me. Give it to me right now. Total fan. Looks a little bit like the Panamera, absolutely. I don't know if you know this, but I'm a huge fan of the AMG GT63. If you guys don't know the AMG GT63, I'll pull that puppy up too. I'm kind of a fan of these big cars, man. I'm a big fan of the M8 right now. I was a big fan of the M5 until I saw it launch against the M8. I'm like, oh, fuck, I got to get the M8. AMG GT 63S. Let's pull that bish up. Oh, let's get that black on black on black, boy. Like, oh, nutting in my fucking Ranger panties right now. For those of you guys that don't know, I'm wearing Ranger panties. If anyone knows what that is, what Ranger panties are, us Marines, we call them silkies, and we're the ones that started the trend. But I'm wearing silkies right now. I just felt like it. I was fucking hot for some reason. I have no clue. Yo, this car is fucking pimp. It's not that fast. I mean, it's fast. It's fast enough. But in the supercar world, this thing's just, it's all right. Well, I'm just straight up rocking that. There's nothing on underneath. So it's just the shorts, my man. Yeah, I know. Well, I already do. I got big dreams. I got a fucking list. I got a list of cars that I'm gonna rock. But this fucking AMG GT, this thing is fucking. It's gonna be the first purchase, I think, in that color, that fucking all black boy. Let's pull that puppy up. Oh, I've messed my pants up. I've messed up my shorts. No, wrong one. Remove from stream. Share screen. Chrome tab. Yeah. This is it. Oh, with the night. Does this have the night package on it? No, it doesn't have the night package because it's still got some of that silver trim bullshit going on. With the night package, it's even better. Way more better. Look at that puppy. That is a fucking pimp ride. Tell me you guys would not want to be riding in that thing. I want that. Ooh, let's take a look at the M8. The M8 isn't too crazy, but it's fast. It's fucking the M8 competition. Oh boy. I just think it's fucking cool having these big ass cars that can fucking just fly like that. What's a good one to look at? Ooh, that red one's dope, but I don't really like red. That white is sick. That blue is sick. Even the Grand Coupe. I think this might be the Grand Coupe. Oh, wow. Look at that color. Yeah, that's a Grand Coupe. That's a 4-door, and they fucking shave the handles on it. Oh, my God. Oh, beautiful car. Look at that shit. All about it. All about it. I'm a total car guy, as you guys can probably tell. I get fucking lit up about that stuff. Yeah, Astons are awesome, dude, but I gotta be honest with you, they're slow. The new Aston, what's it called? 12, I think is what it's called. What the fuck is it? I forgot what the new one was. Yeah, me too. Straight up. Same here. Ever since I was like 15, 16. Got rid of underwear. Hated it. But Astons are beautiful. They're just slow. Total pimp ride though, but slow. Yeah, those things are sick. Is it the CLK or the SLK? I think it's the CLK. I think you're right. Or is it the no, it's the C63, I think. The C63 that you're just thinking of. The C63S is it's like competes with the M5, which is still a sick ride. I just don't like it. I like the GT63 better. It's the same engine in the GT63. It's just you get that nice saloon style with that fat booty. Love going fast. It's always been one of my things. Always. But damn, going back to that Koenigsegg. You know, Koenigsegg, Christian von Koenigsegg makes some fucking amazing cars, but I don't really like the looks of them. And then he came out with this one. I'm like, I'll fucking take it. I'll take my fucking money, dude. Here you go. Like, apparently though, it's not made like it can't. Some of the specs make it not drivable in the US, but you can like clip on some fucking side view mirrors or whatever, and it's fine. Stupid. Is the Taycan Turbo on your list? I don't know. I think I'd rather just get a fucking Tesla, but the Taycan is not too bad looking either. I'd put it a little bit lower. If I were to get a Porsche, I'm looking more at like the GT2 RS or the GT3 RS. That's more my speed. That's more my style. Or the fucking what's it called? The 918. Even though I hate spiders, I don't like convertibles. I do not like convertibles. I don't want to own a convertible. The only convertible I would ever consider is probably a Rolls Royce. Like just a fucking total boat. Like super pimp fucking convertible. But believe it or not, I don't like fucking wind blowing in my hair. I don't like it. I like being in my car with a roof on it. It's just me. I want to go fast. I want to know that if I flip that bitch, I'm going to be all right. For the most part. Underwear is bad for you. I concur. I think it's silly. The 2020 Aston Martin DBS Super Leggera. All right. 2020 Aston Martin Super Leggera. DBS. DBS. Oh yeah, I see these all over the place just because there's an Aston fucking dealership. That's what I was thinking of too. Slow. Look at any of the videos on this car. It gets fucking beat out by Lexuses on the track and shit. Sorry to say. Like I'm pretty sure the Lexus LF 300, I think, or whatever it was. That's a pretty cool looking car, but I'd never buy a goddamn Lexus. I think that Lexus beats this as far as like driving's concerned. But this is a pimp car, and I'm talking to it right now, but you guys probably have no clue what I'm doing because I haven't shared it on the screen yet. Beep, bop, boop. There you go. Ah, man, that is a nice looking booty, though. That is a nice looking booty. Oops. All right. Good question here. Hey, Corey, what would you drive in the 30 to 40K range? I haven't thought of that. I haven't thought of that in a long time because I have my sights set way too high, honestly. And like, not way too high, like that's a fucking negative thing. I just got my sights set like stupid high. So that doesn't exist to me. There's no, because I'm not settling. That's really what it comes down to. I'm not going to settle. I want to get what I want to get. Yeah, the RS7 is fucking dope. It's got that same saloon style rear end that I was talking about with the Panamera, or not the Panamera, but the GT63S. But it's an Audi. I don't like Audis at all. I don't. I mean, the R8's a pretty dope car, but I just don't like Audi. I don't know. I'm not a fan. I think they're just, I've driven a couple of them. I'm not impressed. It's just a Volkswagen. It's just a fucking Volkswagen. God damn. Ew. Yeah, CTSV did some pretty good stuff. Oh man. Yeah, that shady green was sick, huh? Yeah, that thing's sick too. I saw one on the road yesterday. I honked at him. I was like, what the fuck is up, dude? That's sick. They're starting to release refurbished Teslas, I heard. That's cool. I got a bone to pick with Tesla drivers right now. I was going to send this out in a tweet, but Tesla drivers are quickly becoming the new Prius drivers. And what do I mean by that? Well, Prius drivers are such fucking betas in terms of just society that they think that it's okay to merge onto the freeway at 45 miles an hour and then hang out in the goddamn fast lane at 60 miles an hour. It's like you guys are so fucking smug thinking you're saving the goddamn planet that you're actually causing more goddamn damage. And now with fucking Tesla drivers, they're doing the same goddamn thing. They're so goddamn smug. They also don't think that they need to fucking check their rear view or side view mirrors when they fucking merge into lanes or whatever. It's like they think they own the goddamn road driving fucking 20 miles under the fucking speed limit. I want to punch these people straight up. Like, drives me crazy. So yes, Tesla drivers, especially this fucking new 3 Series that they put out or whatever, that fucked things up. It's all Prius owners that own them now. Stupid idiots. They can't drive. Yeah, I remember that. That thing was sick. Oh, he owns that one? He owns the actual one from Gone in 60 Seconds. That's so fucking dope, dude. Yeah, the Lexus LFA, I need to pull up some videos on that. That car was pretty killer. Anyway, get an old Supra and build it. What's up, Big Dog? How are you boys? What's going on, my man? What is up, my dude? How are we doing today? On the real, you're doing work or good work helping out the youth under 35 who in today's world need wisdom. Absolutely. We're going to get into some of that wisdom here shortly. Have you ever seen the video of the Tesla driver fast asleep on the highway behind the wheel? Scary as hell. Exactly. There needs to be some level of, I mean, also though, at the same time, there's so many people today that are just drones. You might as well have them fucking have everything be automated. I'm not that type of person. I like to be in control. They try to save battery power. Yes, but still, you got to step. Well, you can't call it the gas anymore. You got to step on the accelerator. These people, in order to fucking save their goddamn batteries and save the planet, they'll wittingly endanger the population around them. And just being that smug, they're that smug. That's what I mean. That is like the quintessence of that word, of being smug. Their fucking moral standing is more grandiose than the fucking rules of the road. You know what I mean? They're like, now these people that speed and are in a hurry to go everywhere. It's like, yeah, I'm in a hurry. I'm in a hurry to fucking win, bitch. You know what I mean? Like, I'm in a hurry to fuck life. Like, just completely be the fucking alpha of life. I'm going to places fast. The fuck out of my way. That's pretty sick, dude. Yeah, those things are dope, dude. Those are really cool cars. I really like them. Not my cup of tea, but I do enjoy them. I mean, they did a tremendous job with it. I had, believe it or not, I had a Trailblazer SS with the LS2 in it. And that thing was pretty sick. And I did a bunch of tuning to it and all that good stuff. I was trying to put a cam in it and have that thing lope like a motherfucker. Sound like a goddamn dragster at a fucking stoplight. I got rid of it though. I should never have gotten rid of that thing. It was such a good fucking ride. The Jag is no joke. The last one left. All the rest have been written off. It's crazy. I'm going to get you started. I can't stand it. Can't stand it. There should be like a laser gun that you can shoot at someone's like windshield or at someone's like rearview mirror that like has a saying that says like speed the fuck up or move the fuck over. That's how it should be. That's a good question. How much do looks affect dating? Well, they definitely help. They definitely help. First thing I got to do, though, real quick, is I have to take a look at the like ratio. 41 people watching right now with 27 likes. You guys are getting lazy on me. Let's hit that like button, or else no Santa this year. Santa will not come to your house this year if you don't hit the like button right now. Strangely, Santa's contracted the coronavirus and is dead in the North Pole. So sorry to break the news to you. Heard it on CNN. No, I'm gonna have to watch that. I told you guys I was gonna watch Crazy. I'm gonna get back to your question too. Telefonis. I'll watch that. I was gonna watch Crazy Stupid Love, but I'm just not in the mood for fucking romantic comedies. I just restarted watching Vikings last night because I've never actually seen the full series. So I've only watched the first and second season, and there's 6. And I was like, I should probably watch this. How much do looks affect dating? Number one, the king of the game is game. It's just like jujitsu and fighting. Game is your foundation. Once you know game, once you can approach women and you have the confidence and you have the direction of how to take the conversations, adding in mystery, adding in seduction, your looks don't really matter that much. The next best piece is going to be social status, where looks will help you out with social status, but you can still gain social status without what's it called? The next thing that you should have is at least like a good solid ratio on your body. Just like men look at women as far as like the ratio of curves, right? Women also look at that too. And then next would come like looks after that, right? And I probably should have thrown money in there at some point as well, but that's going to be a little bit lower. Building up on the base as well. So higher in priority, lower on the foundational scale is what I'm trying to talk about. The other thing that I gotta question you is like, what do you mean by looks? Do you mean being in shape, or do you mean like being like a naturally good looking person as far as like your face is concerned? Because you could have a hella good body, right? That ties in the looks department. The next thing is, are you dressing like a slob, or are you buying fitted clothes? Are you presenting yourself well? Are you grooming yourself well, like you see here and on the screen? Like, my beard is close. It's lined up. My hair is always done. I have a pretty good tan. My teeth are straight and white, you know? Like, I have control over all those things. So do what you have to do within reason and within your control. Present yourself on the best foot always. You're a business and you're trying to market it. This is a big thing that people don't understand. You're a business. Your sexual marketplace is your business. And the cool thing about being a man is, especially as we get older, we can only get better and better in the sexual marketplace, right? Women decrease in the sexual marketplace the older they get. So men can do a whole bunch of different stuff. You can learn how to become a smooth talker. This is why I teach guys and tell guys, get into a sales job as soon as possible. Fuck going to college. Go get a sales job. You're going to be better off. Sure, you can go back to college later on if you need to, but you're better off learning those soft skills before you get into those hard technical skills and waste a shit ton of money, hang around a bunch of fucking feminists that want nothing to do with your 19-year-old peepee. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you guys know what I'm saying. So looks play a part, man, but confidence, seduction, and game, you know, those are the foundations, man. Those are the foundations. You can't help your facial appearance beyond skincare and facial hair. Don't wallow in it. Exactly. Well, we still don't know what he meant by looks. Oh, facial looks. There we go. Facial looks. If you can lose some weight, lose some weight. Get on a good diet to tighten that puppy up. If your eyebrows are nasty, get some eyebrows done. Get a tan like you see me here. Whiten those teeth. Yeah. Yep, beard lined up. And some good skincare stuff for sure will help you out. as well. And then I got to be honest with you, it also depends on your age. Like I feel like I'm getting more better looking as I get older because I'm more confident and I kind of know how to wear, I guess I kind of know how to wear my face now, as stupid as that might sound, right? But that's just that. But yeah, focus on what you can improve. Like what JD says. Yeah, it's not really historical at all. There were no female Vikings, but it's a cool show up to season 4. Oh no, you ruined it for me. Well, I haven't seen 3 and 4. The last thing I remember is them doing the fucking spread, not the spread eagle. What the fuck is it got? Screaming eagle or something like that on that dude, but I wasn't really paying attention. Probably because I had a girl over or something like that. So I'm going to get more into it. I think. Ugh, fudge. Looks 20%, game 40%, social status 20%, money 20%. Yeah. Yep. And we'll lump all sorts of stuff. Another good thing, guys, if you guys don't know, I talked about this with John Fitch on one of my past episodes. Go and check out this site. Yeah, was it called Blood Eagle? Blood Eagle. Yeah, praise Odin. Screaming Eagle. Check this fucking website out, www.laddertheory.com. Hope it'll let me post it in there. Go check that website out. It's pretty fucking cool. It talks about what women are really attracted to and what drives them and all that other stuff. And it gives you the cool theory about ladder theory as well. So you can start to understand the difference between male sexual strategy and female sexual strategy. All that good shit. Gotcha. I read that they would wipe their hands on dogs during meals and the dogs would lick it off and when they would do it again. What? What are we talking about exactly? Damn, I missed a whole bunch of comments. Holy shit. Nobody wants to say soft skin equals hard. Oh, soft skills equals soft. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because that's the thing is that the people that know soft skills are the ones that are going to be the leaders of industry. So it's like it's a secret. Crazy. In the same vein, a physically attractive guy could sell himself poorly in his online profiles. You have the product, but also need the right marketing. Exactly. I don't wallow in it, but was curious on the truth and expectations for sure. And here's the thing, dude, is if you're not good with the game aspect or any of that, and it sounds like you could probably use some help with a few other things, join the WarTribe, dude. Every Sunday we go on a live webinar for 2.5 hours. And then we obviously have the forum there that has a plethora of knowledge. And then we have the fucking group, the text group, where we communicate every day with one another. So, don't be operating in the sexual marketplace all on your own. You need a group of dudes that can help you out, especially people like myself that kind of know the game and can fucking help you out with it. Cut through the bullshit. Don't forget the smells. Hell yeah. After fucking JJ the Terrible came on here the other day, and he started talking up all these different things, I started looking, and the second I start looking, it's like fucking all over. And I started listening to reviews on fucking YouTube again, and I got some goddamn samples. I got more fucking samples coming in the mail. Speaking of which, for those of you guys that are my patrons on Patreon, even though I don't have anybody who is a fragrance-only patron, I will be doing my fragrance review tonight, and all my patrons have access to that one. I'll get on that. I've been busy the past couple nights taking care of some different stuff, looking at different things. I got to do it. I got to get on there and do it. I find a good way to get girls is to find the girl you want, then copy her page and change the word men for women. I pulled a girl like this who, when she texted me, said, I call bullshit. And we had the sex. I take a different strategy and I write my profile in a means to optimize hypergamy. That's kind of my strategy. because that's the weapon to use, right? That's the thing that you can do, and women get down on that. Anyway, juicing veggies helps with facial complexion. Yeah, also getting a good skincare routine, I believe. I'm pretty fortunate. I don't need to. I do have some skincare products that I do use. But then I also get lazy and stop using them after a little while. So anyway, J-Man, 99% money, 1% Cialis. Hell yeah. Like they would use the dogs as napkins, and then the dogs would clean themselves, and then they'd use the dogs as napkins again. That makes sense. Why not? And it's a good way to feed your dogs. Oh my God. It was insane in the membrane. It was large. Pretty sure she was married. Man. Oh well, no big deal. I could probably text her up too, but she's kind of disappeared. I don't know what happened. I haven't been hitting her up either, though, to be honest with you. I haven't been caring that much. I have not been caring at all that much lately. My mind has been on other things, like getting prepared for the inevitable doom that is coronavirus. On top of obviously marketing my new book and all this other shit. Blah, 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 blah. Whatever. That's not as fun to talk about as coronavirus is. Even though that book is legit, I don't know where the fuck my copies are. They were supposed to come in yesterday. Super pissed. I wanted to sit there and read it. I want to read my book. I mean, I should, but I wanted to get goddamn paperback. Fucking married hoes. Yeah. Especially, dude, these chicks that are married to fucking Navy SEALs, man, I'm sorry. So Fat Booty Latina is not the same as Navy SEAL wife. You could tell from my Patreon. But I went out and I walked Fat Booty Latina to her truck one day, and she's driving a brand new fucking Tacoma. And it's like, it's a total team guy Tacoma. Like, if you guys lived around team guys or no team guys, like, it's a team guy color. It's got like a team guy grill on it. I'm like, damn, her husband must be fucking deployed or doing something. And she just hopped on Tinder for like a quick 1-2, came across me, threw it out there like real quick. Like, what are you doing right now? Like, fuck. All right. Didn't think it was going to be anything special. Honestly, she's like 37 or 39 years old. And she came over and I was like, what the fuck? She got out of that truck. She plopped that fat booty down on the ground. There was almost there's seismic activity for sure. And I was just like, like scrambled brain, like, like, what the fuck is that? That was in none of the photos. I was like, I was expecting some like decently big boobs, right? Because you could kind of see a little bit from the angle. Took them clothes off and I was delightfully surprised with porn star body, like retarded porn star body, like super tight waist, nice round in that back, you know what I'm saying, into this big fat juicy booty that I had to oil all the way up. Blah, 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 blah. Man, it was epic. I violated her too in many ways. It was so good. Maybe she was deported. She says she's in the fucking Navy. She said she was in the Navy, and I was like, I asked her the next time she came over, and I was like, how long have you been in the Navy? She's like, 3 years. Wait a second. What's the age cutoff for joining the Navy? Age cut off for Navy. Can I join the Navy at 18? What's the minimum? No. Oh, shit. Air Force raises enlistee age limit from 27 to 39. Okay. $17-year-old to join. Oh, shit. Maximum age for active duty officers, non-prior service Navy applicants is 39 as of 2019. It was increased from 34 in 2018. Ah, liars. What a liar. She would have been 36, right? In 2017. So that's what I'm saying. All these things started going off in my mind. I was like, nope, 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 nope. Nope, not making sense. Things aren't adding up. This is what I do, boys. I shoot holes. Game warden. I can't put that stuff on the screen, but there was a whole lot of it. It was awesome. I agree. Listen, I don't feel bad. I used to feel really bad. I used to feel really bad about sleeping with someone's wife. Now in the age of open relationships and all this other stuff and online dating and simps being simps, I mean, we all know that in order to be red pilled, there needs to be a bit of trauma. And if you're going to go and you're going to marry up a loose woman that is loose in her morals and also not hold any fucking boundaries over her head, guess what, buddy? That's why I like Donovan Sharp so much. He talks about it. Anytime a girl tries to sit there and say you're being fucking controlling, that is just her pushing back on you, putting restrictions on her to cheat. Oh, shit. No, I'm not doing any blow. This is called boom, boom. Boom, boom. It gives you energy. But I didn't do it properly. You got to plug up one nose and you got to like really yank on it. TB, yeah, exactly. Oh, they all cheat. It's just a super crazy lifestyle. I mean, I was part of the teams for a little while, so not Navy SEALs. I can't say that. I was a Force Recon dude, or I was with Force Recon, I should say. But I was integrated in the teams. Ooh. Anyway, let's get on topic. I got a cool video to show you guys. You snort orange stuff? They got different flavors. This one was called Cinnamint. The other one is called Berry Breeze. I haven't opened it yet. And Tropical Rush. I got this after reading the Wolf, right? What is the name of the book from fucking Wolf Wall Street guy? Jordan Belfort. It's called The Way of the Wolf, I think. And he recommends Boom Boom. I was big into sales at that time frame, and he was saying every time after you get a deal, he's like, take a drag from Boom Boom, and he's like, you can register it in your brain using the olfactory senses, because as we know, obviously with fragrance, it unlocks emotions. So he said, use that as a trigger to lock in that chemical response of like what you're of what you're getting from that sale. And he said, now the next day when you go out, take a whiff of this before you go out onto the sales floor, and you could get that same chemical reaction, because that's kind of like what he's saying is you could start to chemically create those kinds of things that happen in your life. It's like, all right, let's try this out. And then I quit. And I started the YouTube channel, and then I quit because I was like, yeah, let's fucking do this full time. Anyway, this is going to get weird, but all right. So let's talk about. No, you stop that. Oh, that's a different channel. That's why. That's that. I'm learning how to do the thingy. I'll probably get a copyright strike here, but who cares? I want to introduce this to you guys. So let me preface this. This is a must-read book, Iron John. And this is going to essentially explain why you guys need to go out and why you need to read this book. This was a life-changing book for me as well. It pretty much launched me down the road of understanding why we spiritually need to have a rite of initiation, because you know what? I'm just going to play the video and we're going to get into it. All right. Oh, hey. All right. Let's turn you off. We got 36 likes right now with 40 some odd people watching. Make sure you hit the like. Beep, bop, boop. Beep, bop, boop. Nope.
Something strange has been happening in the remote area of a forest near a king's castle. Every hunter that goes near this area disappears, never to be seen again. Others are sent to search for them, and they go missing as well. People begin to believe this area is cursed and decide simply never to go there. A hunter shows up one day and asks the king if there is any dangerous work that needs to be done. The king immediately tells him about the forest and warns him of the strange disappearances. This turns out to be exactly the type of adventure the hunter was seeking, so he sets out. The young hunter wanders with his dog into the forest until they pass a pond. Suddenly, a hand reaches up from the water, grabs the dog, and pulls it underneath. As much as he loved the dog, the young man doesn't become hysterical. He simply recognizes that this is the place. He goes back to the castle and rounds up 3 men, and together they return to bucket the water out of the pond. It is slow and monotonous work, but they get to the bottom and discover a large man covered in hair from head to toe. His hair is reddish like rusty iron, so they give him the name Iron John. They take him back to the castle where he is immediately imprisoned by the king, who then gives the key into the care of the queen. When a man looks into his psyche, deep underneath the water, in a place no one has visited for a very long time, he finds this ancient hairy man lying there. Man, as we see him today, is a late and uncommon phenomenon, a blip on the radar of human history. Only recently has there been a rapid evolution where all of our animal instincts have become useless, and in order to survive, we must now rely on our conscious mind rather than our unconscious impulses. If we do actually discover this wild man exists within us, what is our first impulse? To lock him up and pretend he isn't there. Parents, teachers, ministers, and principals have been telling us our entire life that we should have nothing to do with him, that we should be frightened of him. When he comes out in school, we medicate him away. One day, the king's 8-year-old son is playing in the courtyard with a golden ball he loves. He loses the ball and it rolls into Iron John's cage. If he wants it back, he must approach the wild man and ask him for it. The boy is 8, and it is around this age that all of us, boy or girl, loses something of incredible value. This is the same golden ball in The Princess and the Frog that is lost to the bottom of the pond. It is also the golden ball that Harry Potter is so desperately trying to catch. It represents the most important thing in our lives. It reminds us of that unity of personality we had as children, a kind of radiance or wholeness we possessed before the more difficult aspects of life began to set in. If we still have the ball in kindergarten, we lose it in grade school. If we still have it in grade school, we lose it in high school. And once the ball is gone, we spend the rest of our lives trying to get it back. Obviously, this wouldn't be much of a story if Iron John simply...
Oh, you're poop.
To fly a rocket ship, you need to be an optimist. No astronaut
gave the ball back to him. Instead, our psyche is the deal maker, and we must be willing to bargain with it. So Iron John offers the boy a deal. He will give the ball back if the boy agrees to open the cage. The boy gets frightened and runs off, but he returns the next day. In reality, this day that has passed might be 10 years. On the second day, the boy can now be 25. He asks, "Can I have my ball back?" The wild man says yes, if you let me out of my cage. The boy hears him, but by now he has 2 Toyotas, a mortgage, and possibly a wife and kids. How can he possibly let the wild man out now? He leaves again without saying a word and returns the next day. On this third day, perhaps another 10 years have passed. The boy is now 35. Look into the eyes of a 35-year-old man and what do you see? Men that are overworked, alienated, and completely beaten down by life. Again, he asks him, "Can I have my ball back?" The wild man says yes, if you let me out of my cage. This time the boy responds, "Even if I wanted to let you out, I don't know where the key is." The wild man tells him the key is under his mother's pillow. It is here the story takes a very Freudian turn. In case you're not familiar with Freud, in one of his more famous ideas, the Oedipus complex, he describes what he thought of as a universal infantile wish we all have to kill our fathers and sleep with our mothers, and vice versa for father-daughter relationships, something we are still vehemently suppressing to this very day. And now you know why literally everyone in the world hates Freud. While many believe he is mistaken in his attempt to reduce all general problems of humanity down to this kind of repressed sexuality, he was able to diagnose a very real problem. It is the stereotype of the father with a shotgun at his daughter's wedding, or the 30-year-old man living in his mother's basement. It is the overbearing and overprotective tendency all parents, and especially mothers, feel for their children. But it is wrong, except in extreme cases, to place the blame on the mother, as many in the Freudian school are prone to do. For where would we all be without the fierce protection we receive from our mothers? In another time, it was the tribe who would decide when to take the boy away from his mother and guide his transition into adulthood. These initiation rites would be incredibly challenging. The boy would be left out in the wilderness, have his body covered in fire ants, or left somewhere clinging halfway between life and death. While you might say there is no place for this in a civilized society, the complete absence of initiation, along with the epidemic of the 30-year-old man-child we see today, might have some correlation. The message is clear. At some point, there must be a clean break from the family and a proper transition into adulthood. But our most common form of initiation today is the frat. It is boys initiating boys. There are few men, and even fewer, who are actively guiding the initiation of the next generation. So for many, the key remains hidden. No matter what it takes, he must get the key back, and he must realize that nobody is going to come along and do it for him. The key is being held underneath the pillow, perhaps in our parents' dreams and expectations for us. They wanted to raise a doctor or a lawyer, and they definitely did not want to raise a wild man. The boy agrees to take the key and free Iron John, but as he is opening the cage, he cuts his finger on the rusty lock. Breaking away from the parents, defying their wishes, and freeing the wild man, these things will always cause a wound. These wounds come in various forms. It can be dealt in a single blow, or it can be a steady poison drip of shame, constantly reminding you how you are not living up to their standards. In many primitive societies, outward scarring is given as a reminder of internal scars. The important distinction is that the scarring is not coming from a place of cruelty, but rather from a place of profound meaning. There is a reason children wear scars and broken bones as badges of honor. They are looked at with awe and respect. Adolescence is a time of extreme risk, and suffering wounds is essential to our growth. Once we are wounded, we have a few options. We can take the road of grandiosity. We try to rise above it all, but like Peter Pan or Icarus, we fly too high. We turn into megalomaniacs or remain naive children. We can take the road of numbness and turn into addicts. If modern man were a bullfighter, he would simply let the bull trample over his body and then wallow in self-pity and talk about how unavoidable it was, medicating himself with alcohol, drugs, porn, or worst of all, memes. Or we can choose not to forget our wounds, but also not to wallow in self-pity. Instead, we can use them to uncover the real depths of our potential. Where our wound is, that is where our genius will be found. Now that Iron John is set free, the boy has a few options. He can stay and take all the blame for releasing him. He can sulk in pity over his wounded finger, or he can run away with him. Of course, we know what the boy will do, just as we know what we all must do. So once the boy has run away and followed Iron John into the wilderness, what happens next? Well, that is the story for another day.
Yeah. So there's a few things that I want to talk about in that video. And then the last thing that I want to talk about, though, is this. He left out the entire ending, which is actually of the book, where it shows the boy going into the wild wood with the wild man, like accepting the wild man as his teacher. And it's fucking absolutely epic. What a fucking tremendous story. I'm going to save that for you guys to read, but there's some things that I want to talk to you guys about that were hit in that he didn't really go into too much depth. He kind of hit the meta narrative, so to speak, and applying it to the men of today's age. The first things first is this: the symbolism behind the hunter that went into the wild wood with the bucket and pulling the water out bucket at a time. This is what's known as the bucket work. Now, I've been part of a few men's groups in the past that helped with healing PTSD and integrating veterans and all this other stuff that used a lot of the symbolism and the ideology behind Robert Bly's book here. That's how I came across the book. Pretty good stuff, but I don't think that obviously this is why I've kind of broken on my own and created my own type of thing. But the bucket work is important. What is the bucket work? Well, it's the idea and understanding that having to get deep down to your subconscious and subliminal wounds. It's going to take little bits of work every single day, and it's going to be long and it's going to be tedious. For me personally, it took me 5 years to get to this point, and that was lots and lots and lots of soul searching, 3 years of therapy every single week, numerous shamanic rituals, numerous initiations, a whole bunch of other stuff, and then just getting my hormones and everything back online, working out properly again, jujitsu, like 5 fucking years of just chipping away and chipping away, on top of what I think is also the biggest one, was getting rid of and omitting toxic relationships from my life. It's taken this long to get to a point where I can now pretty much say I'm my own man. I've done the work. I've cleaned up my mess, and now it's time to build my empire. Now, how many men out there are willing to say, holy shit, the next 5 years of my life, if I do the stuff that Corey did, I'm willing to fucking go and clean up my stuff. And not a lot of people are willing to do that, right? So that's why this is a very strange process, because the bucket work is tedious, as was mentioned in the video. You have to imagine emptying a lake with a bucket, or a pond with a bucket. Imagine how much you're going to have to fucking do, right? Pretty wild stuff, man. Honestly, if you start to think about it. The next thing was the wild man. What's the archetype of the wild man? Well, the archetype of the wild man is the spiritual sense of masculinity. And it's kind of funny because the symbolism here is that it's at the bottom of a lake and it's in the wild wood, right? And so it's in the bottom of a lake in the wild wood. Now, back in the day, there used to be all sorts of stories about the Kingswood, right? That there was goblins and unicorns and all sorts of other stuff, like what you kind of hear about and see in Harry Potter. And the wood used to be, especially at nighttime, would house all the beasts. But in today's society, we no longer have the wood. We no longer have woods, really, right? We've pretty much cornered every bit of our environment, so to speak, and have tamed it to our own willing, our own bidding, right? We put up houses and all sorts of stuff, and we push critters all out of the way, and there's no more magic. There's no more mystery. There's no more anything. I was talking to I'm the 9 in person the other day. Well, not in person, but on Instagram. And we were just talking about our upbringing. And one of the things that I used to do, like where I grew up in Connecticut, was literally right next to my house, it was just thicket of woods, just like a forest essentially. And as a kid, I was drawn to go into the woods practically almost every day, especially during my summer. My summer vacations were spent going into the woods with my bike or just hiking on my own, and like going and getting lost and finding my way out. And it was crazy because there was always some semblance of fear that was associated with that, as though there was something wild and mysterious, like witchcraft or something like that in there, right? Because that's the unknown. That's kind of the subconscious. It's very much like why people are very scared of going into the ocean. The ocean represents, the surface of the ocean represents the conscious mind. And then the ocean, the depths of it, represent the subconscious. And they say that people that have fear of sharks and all this other stuff are actually scared and fearful of their own subconscious because they haven't had the ability to reflect on those things. Anytime someone has an irrational fear, it's actually a reflection of their subconscious. It's crazy. Yeah, isn't that fucking crazy? And that's why I'm telling you guys, there's a whole bunch of metaphor in there that are going to really relate. Now, the wild man is also you, though. That's the thing that people got to understand, is that the wild man is a part of you, because we as a species have evolved from ape who used to live in these jungles and used to be a part of the forest. And we've made a consciousness decision to become human beings. We still have that innate wild side of us, right? Where we are able to grow our hair out and become cavemen again, so to speak, or, kill or be killed kind of thing. We have that primal edge to us. But because we live in the matrix right now of like what we talked about yesterday, the motherly charade that we have wrapped around us of what society has become, it's a feminized version of what masculinity should be. we men have forgotten completely about the wild man, and that we still have that. And it's insane, because that's essentially what the initiation into manhood does, is it puts you back in touch with the wild man. It integrates the wild man into who you are today. And that's how a good society should be, is men who have an integrated wild man. So the next thing that I want to talk about too is, obviously we see, so the wild man knew that the mother was trying to keep the boy, with her influence on the king, keep the boy a boy forever. And the wild man knew, for him to become a good king, for him to become a good leader, he must first learn to lead himself and cut the umbilical cord between he and his mother. And that's what the symbolism is of the key underneath the mother's pillow. It's the last place that the boy would ever think to go look, because he would never want to violate his mother in that way, thinking that his mother would never be trying to harm him from his own freedom, trying to stop him from his own freedom. And there's also something, if you guys were to think about it, like think about your parents' room, right? In our own mind, there's like a holiness to it, because that essentially is where you were created. And a lot of people still think to this day that their mother is a saint, and that she was impregnated by your father, who took her out to a nice candlelit dinner that night and all this other stuff. And, you know, it was just divine conception, so to speak. And it's like, no, it probably wasn't that way. There's not a lot of innocence in your mother. And I think that's essentially where the Oedipal complex is trying to come in as well, is there's this kind of like tie between the boy and the mother, and then the daughter and the father, because they're polarities. Polarities and magnetism are what drive this reality that we're in. And the quickest way you can look at a polarity is between masculine and feminine. So there's that. The boy key and releases the wild man, and the wild man snatches him up and brings him into the wild wood. And for the next few years, mentors the boy. And through a series of different types of tests and different types of initiations into manhood, he trains the boy to become a man. And I'll leave that with you, because I think this is a book that every man should read. If you're part of WarTribe, you'll see that I have it probably ranked as like the top 3. Yeah. No More Mr. Nice Guy, Rational Male, than Iron John. Obviously, my book should be in there, but I'm not going to sit there and be like, hey, guys, go buy my books. This is a completely different book that I think I think my new book, A Patriarch's Vision, has the answers to bring the wild man back in today's society, believe it or not. But I think that everyone should read Iron John. It's a phenomenal, phenomenal book. It's going to hit so many different levels. When you read it, you're just going to be like, holy shit, this is crazy, crazy, crazy. It's crazy that someone has thought this way and has put all of this like archetype, mythology, metaphor deep into this stuff. It's everything that I'm feeling. It's everything that I've ever been longing for. And it actually ends, like the ending is fucking really awesome. So there's that. Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and scroll through now the comment section. And yeah. I had to, what did I do with my, hey, check that out. All right, cool. 39 likes with 40 people watching. I'm proud of you guys. Thank you so much. What'd you guys think of that video? Let's get some fire emojis in the chat if you guys enjoyed the video. I didn't want to stay silent the whole time, but I had to because of the way I have my speaker set up. I just got some new speakers, by the way, so that when people call in, actually, I don't know if that's going to work because I'm going to echo too. So we'll see. We'll have to figure it out. You'll just have to double hear me. So maybe this wasn't a good idea. We'll see. But these speakers are fucking sick. You know, stepping up the production here, guys. Stepping it up. Hey, Daniel just posted the PDF in there. I would just recommend going and getting the book. You're gonna want it. I have it on my I have it on Kindle, and it's a book I like to try to reread every year or so. Yeah. Did he bang his mother? Who are you guys talking about here? Oh, Freud. Yeah, super weird. Wish that was Wish that was in the video you showed. I'll check it out. Yeah, it's pretty dope. The ending's way better. I didn't ruin the ending for you. But the ending is really, really good. Beep, beep, beep. Tony, yes, I thought you were in here earlier. What are you doing? How are you going to tell me you're late when you were in here earlier? I agree. No Blood Eagle for him right now. Instead, we will make you go through the gauntlet where everyone will throw stones and cabbage at you. I want to clean my blank. I don't know what you're talking about here. No matter the cost. Oh, I know what you mean. Yeah, the bucket work. You want to clean up your stuff. I feel you. That's exactly what I wanted to do. It was crazy because there I was. I turned 30 years old, and I looked back at my life and all the stuff that I had. Cannabis really brought up all the things that I needed to clean up, because for years and years and years, I had believed it was normal, and I stifled and stymied my own emotions, which remained locked into my body, and the cannabis really released a lot of that stuff. And when it came up, it's like, you can either deal with it or you can run away kind of deal. Excuse me. You can either deal with it or you can run away. And I decided to deal with it. And like I said, it took me 5 fucking years, lots of money, lots of lessons, a lot of other things. And it was insane. But I'm telling you, now I'm 35 years old. I have a fucking amazing foundation. There's no cracks in this foundation. And I'm building a goddamn empire. Watch me have that fucking AMG GT63S in a couple months. That M8. Ooh, your boy wants to get a McLaren 720S. And how dope would it be to get that fucking Gamera? First American to get the Gamera. That's what I'd like to do. Maybe not first, but I'd definitely like to get one. There's only 300 made. Then I added another one to the list. The Ferrari 488 Pista. Ooh. I got to get in Ferrari red too. That's going to be the only red car I own. I don't like red, but Ferrari red on a Ferrari is like, you got to do it. You got to do it. I think, is there another fucking car that I had down too? That might be that, but I'll test out a few other ones. And I might even get a truck just so I can go to the gym and not have to worry about somebody fucking denting my car up. And I could put my gym bag in there. We'll see. We'll see. You guys are fucking all over the place in the chat today. I have no clue what you're doing. Oh, I see what you're talking about. Just came on. Iron John is the best book for men because every man can relate to it. I got a copy for my son so he can read it when he's old enough. Yeah, beautiful. Dude, seriously, fucking awesome. That's huge. Seriously huge. I would read it to him. I'd read him. Like Iron John is like, it's almost fable-like. You could read this story to kids and they're going to be like, oh my goodness, this is crazy. This is cool. It's great. Ocean of fear, not knowing what's lurking under the surface to eat you. Exactly, but it's the subconscious. The new girl in the cradle of filth. Oh, you guys are all talking about metal stuff. Faces fears. Good. All the criticisms of Iron John are woeful. They're incredibly feminine and vitriolic. No attempt at engaging with the substance. That's how they always are. It's going to be the same thing with my book, too. Once it fucking catches on, people are going to be like, oh, this is misogynistic fucking blah, 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 coming from a small dick guy who's probably an incel, and he probably just has been hurt by women. It's like, did you come up with any type of argument to push back against what I actually wrote in there or whatever? Last time I went heliboarding, the helicopter was Ferrari red and the interior was Ferrari leather color. That's fucking super cool. I read the book 8 times. Oh, are you talking about? Yes, this is another good book. Honestly, I really, really like this. I was going to read Nietzsche's Thus Spake Zarathustra to my nephew of 8 as he's starting to go to church. But after I read the first page, when he kills God, I wasn't sure if he was ready for it. Oh, fuck it. Unleash the Kraken. It's better to tell him Santa doesn't exist right now than to fucking let him go on for years and years and years fucking up his life, I think. Yeah, misogyny. Bok. Oh, that always reminds me of Archer. Oh, it's so good. Anyway, We're an hour and 15 minutes into this stuff. I got a good one for you guys tomorrow too. I wanted to get a little bit, I don't want to say sentimental, but I felt like I needed to share something that was very, very important to me. And something that I believe is really important to men in general. There's a whole bunch of books right now in the red pill manosphere type of space, but none of them really hit on what's really needed. And it's really to start to get deep down in the subconscious and start working through that stuff. That's why, The Hero's Journey by Joseph Campbell. If you, I got a bunch of Joseph Campbell's books as well. The Myth of, it's not The Myth of Power, is it? The Myth of Power by, The Power of Myth. Sorry, excuse me. The Power of Myth. Fucking awesome book. Awesome book too, as well. And then, I found out Santa was fake at 7. I found out, and then I asked my parents, and then they lied to me. And then my dad was in the hospital for back surgery. And I think I was like 11 at the time. Maybe I was a little bit younger. Maybe it was 10. And I was like, Mom, is Santa real? And she's like, no. I was like, you fucking assholes. Why did you just fucking tell me that from the get-go? This is stupid. Bunch of jerks. Anyway, with that said, hey now. There we go. Good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. Let's make sure we hit that like button. If you guys feel like throwing me a fucking donation, feel like doing that, hit the super chat or something shit. I don't know. Buy my book. Join the WarTribe. What else? If you stuck at online dating, buy my online dating mastery course. I'm working on some new shit right now in that department on top of a few other things. And that's fucking all. I'm burnt. I'm done. I'm tired. I got shit to do. I'll see you guys later. Adios.